In this crochet tutorial, I'm going to show you guys step by step how to make this two-tone crocheted corset top with the front lacing. I absolutely love how it fits and how the pattern is very adjustable, not only because of the front lacing, but it is also a made-to-measure project. That means that in the end of this tutorial, you'll end up with a crocheted corset top that will fit uniquely your size. I won't keep you guys hanging, so let's just go ahead and start with the tutorial. Now the materials I'm going to be using for this crochet corset top is this number 5 bulky yarn. This thick yarn is a recycled t-shirt yarn that is going to give this sturdy look to our corset top and will work up pretty quickly. Along with that, I'm going to use this 8mm crochet hook, stitch markers, a tape measure. So during this project you will take your own measurements along with me, so this pattern is totally adjustable to fit your own size. Also, you'll need a tapestry needle to weave in your ends, and lastly, scissors. We are going to start off with making a slip knot. Take your short end tail and then wrap around your forefinger. Now we can see a letter X, and we're going to take our hook, put it underneath and then over, and pull through like this. And we have our slip knot. We're going to hold our working yarn using our pinky and then hold it like this. Now we are ready to make our chains. I'm putting my hook underneath and then pull through this loop right here. And we've got our first chain. You can see the letter V right here. Now let's make another one. Here's our second chain. Then here's third. I'm going to make 22 plus 1 chains. I've made a chain of 23, and let me quickly show you guys how to count your chains. In the beginning we've made a slip knot, here it is, and we do not count it as a stitch. Then we can see these letter V's, and each V is going to count as one chain. So we're going to start off with this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to count all the way through this stitch. The loop that is on your hook, you're not going to count it as a stitch. So the last stitch that you're counting is this one. So now that we have 23 chains, let's start making our half double crochets. We're going to yarn over and then hold your yarn using your forefinger, and then we can see here's the next stitch that we've made. We're going to skip this one and we're going to insert our hook into the next stitch. So skip this one and insert into this loop, and then take your yarn, pull through. Now we have on our hook 3 stitches. We're going to take our yarn and pull through all 3 of them. And here we've got our first half double crochet. Now let's make the next half double crochet. So yarn over, and then we're going to find the next chain stitch, which is here, and we're going to insert our hook into that loop, and we have 3 on our hook, and now pull through all 3. Here's our second half double crochet. Now let's make the third one. I've made yarn over, inserting my hook. I have 3 on my hook and pull through 3. And here we can see our first, second and third half double crochet. Let's yarn over and make the next one. Here's the next loop. Insert your hook. We have 3, pull through 3. So half double crochet is always going to start with yarn over, inserting your hook into the loop, having 3 on your hook and pulling through all 3. So continue making these half double crochets and I'll meet you in the end of the row. I wanted to quickly hop in and explain to you guys how to count your half double crochet stitches. So if we're holding like this, we can see these bumps which are half double crochet stitches, but if we're going to rotate it like this, we're going to see letter V's. And the first half double crochet stitch is this one. You can see a letter V right here, and from this point it is different from the other one, but trust me, this is going to be your first half double crochet. So we're going to count them together: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19. So I've made 19 half double crochets, and I've got 1 2 3 chains left. Now let's continue making half double crochets. So yarn over, inserting my hook and pulling through all 3. Yarn over, inserting my hook and pulling 3. Here's our last chain, and we can see our slip knot right here, and we're going to make into this chain 3 half double crochets. So we're making an increase. Yarn over, and then insert into this loop, pull through. We've got 3 on our hook, pulling through all 3, yarn over, and we're going to insert into the same loop that we've inserted before, pull through, and then pull through 3. We've made a second half double crochet. Now let's make the third one. Yarn over, inserting our hook, pull through all 3. So let's do a quick recap, shall we? We've made 21 half double crochets starting from this point and then to this, and then into the last chain, which is 22nd. We've made 3 half double crochets. Here's 1 2 and 3. Now we're going to turn our work, and we're going to start making half double crochets on this side. So take your working yarn, now yarn over, and here we can see the last loop where we've made 3 half double crochets, and next to it is this one. We're going to insert our hook into this one. Insert your hook and then hold your short end tail like this, and then pull through. And now we have 3 loops as usual, and pull through all 3 of them. And then yarn over, and let's find another one. Here it is. We're going to insert our crochet hook into that loop, take your yarn, and then pull through 3. Yarn over, then find the next one. Yeah, mind that we only have 3. And then take it and pull through all 3. So as you can see, we're successfully hiding our short end tail while working our project, so that we don't have to weave in our ends later. Yarn over, and then find the next one and pull through all 3. And this is how our work should look like. I'm going to keep working my half double crochet stitches all the way through, and I'll meet you right here. So I've made it to the end of my first row, and now let's finish it together. I have these last 2 stitches. Here's how our finished first row should look like. If you count all of the stitches, it should be 45 half double crochets. We've made 21 half double crochets on this side, and then 3 half double crochets that are increased, and then 21 half double crochets until this point. Now we are ready to make our second row. Make chain 1 and then turn your work. Here we can see that we've made our first chain right here, and this V right here is the first half double crochet, and we're going to insert our hook into the left side of this V. So right here, yarn over and insert your hook into the left side of the V, and now we have 3 loops on our hook, and pull through 3. Now yarn over, let's make another one, and then pull through 3. And this is called a half double crochet through the back loop. Now let's make another one. Yarn over, insert your hook into that left side of the stitch, and then pull through all three. Here we've made 3 half double crochets. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull through all 3, just like that. Yarn over, insert your hook into the left side of the stitch, and pull through all 3. And this is how our half double crochet through the back loop should look like. Keep working your half double crochet stitches and I'll meet you at this point. I've made 21 half double crochets, and now we can see right here are the 3 half double crochet stitches that we've made in the previous round. Here's the loop, and you can see here's the first stitch, and here's the second one, and here's the third half double crochet. So in the first round we've made 21 half double crochets without any increases, and then we made 3 half double crochets in this area, and then we've made 21 half double crochets. And on this round we've already made 21, and now here are these 3 half double crochets, and into the first half double crochet we're going to just make 1 half double crochet, and into the second stitch we're going to make 3 half double crochet stitches. So we are making an increase in the second stitch, and into the third stitch we're just going to make a regular 1 half double crochet without any increases. And then we'll make half double crochets until the end of the row. So here's the first half double crochet. We're going to make 1 half double crochet through the back loop without any increases right here, and then yarn over, and now here's the second half double crochet of these 3. We're going to make 3 half double crochet into that stitch right here, also through the back loop. So pull through 3, here's the first one, and then I'm inserting my hook into the same loop right here, pull through 3, here's the second half double crochet, and now I'm making my third one and also pulling through 3. So here you can see I've made 1, 2, 3 half double crochets through the back loop into the second stitch. And now here's our third stitch. We're going to make just half double crochet without any increases. And now from this point you're just going to make regular half double crochets through the back loop without any increases until the end of the row. So I've made it to this point. I've got 2 stitches left. I'm going to yarn over and make my half double crochet, and here's the last stitch. I'm also going to make a half double crochet through the back loop, and this stitch right here should be our 47th stitch. 47 stitches means that we've made on this side 22 half double crochets without any increases, and right here on the top we've made 3 half double crochet stitches, and then we've made 22 until this point. Now let's start making our third row. Make chain 1 and then turn your work. Now yarn over, and we're going to insert our hook into the left side of this V-stitch, not to this. Then we have 3 loops and pull through all 3 of them. Yarn over, take out your yarn, and then pull through 3. So these half double crochets are always pull through 3, and we're making through the back loop so that we have this ribbing effect. From this point continue working your half double crochets through the back loop, and I'll meet you at this point. I'm currently near the center of my third row and I wanted to talk about how to know where to make an increase. First, we can visually assess and find our highest point where we've made our 3 half double crochets in the previous row. It is right here. Now from 3 of them we should find which one is the second one. So you can see here's the first one, and here's the second, and here's the third. When we are holding like this, we can see their legs, and here are the V's, and we will always make an increase into the second stitch right here. Now we're just going to make half double crochets until that point without any increases. Just pull through 3. And here's my second half double crochet among all 3 of these, and also this stitch is a 24th stitch if you're counting from this point. So we've made 23 half double crochets without an increase. This is a 23rd, and this stitch is a 24th. Into this stitch, which is a 24th stitch, we're making an increase, meaning we're making 3 half double crochets. And then we're going to make 23 half double crochets until this point. So yarn over and make 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, and then into the same stitch 3 right here. You can see first, second, and then third. And now starting from this point, we're just making half double crochets without any increases, and we're making 23 of them. And this is how our increasing in the third row should look like. I'll keep on working my half double crochets without any increases, and I'll meet you right here. This is the end of my third row. I'm going to make my last 2 half double crochet stitches, and this is the last one. We've finished our third row. In total, we've made 49 stitches on our third row, meaning that we've made 23 half double crochets on both sides, and we've made 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. The reason why I'm telling you the number of stitches is because there's a tendency among beginners to not notice the first half double crochet or forget to make the last half double crochet. So make sure that both sides have the same number of stitches. In this case, which is the third row, it should have 23 half double crochets on both sides, and we should have 3 half double crochets right here. So in the fourth row, we'll have 24 stitches on both sides, and also we'll make an increase in the highest point. And in total, we'll have 51 stitches on our fourth row, and in the fifth row, we'll have 53 stitches, meaning that we'll have 25 stitches on both sides and then 3 stitches in the increase. So you've probably noticed a tendency that every row is going to be increased by 2 stitches. So now let's work our fourth row together. I'm making a chain 1. I'm always making a chain 1 in the beginning of each row, and then turning my work, yarn over, and start making my half double crochet stitches. Since this is the fourth row, we're making 24 half double crochet stitches without increases until the point of our increase, where we'll make 3 half double crochets. I've made it to the center of my fourth row, and now if we're going to start counting from this very first stitch, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, the last one is 23. This 24th stitch is also going to be the first stitch of these 3 half double crochets that we've made in previous round. So this 24th stitch we're going to make without an increase. And into this 25th stitch, which is the second stitch of these 3 half double crochets, we're going to make 3 half double crochets. So we're always making an increase of 3 half double crochets in the center. And then after making an increase of 3 half double crochets, we're going to start making the half double crochets through the back loop without any increases. This stitch is also the third stitch of these 3 half double crochets that we've made in the previous round. So yarn over and start making regular half double crochets through the back loop until the end of the row. Here are the 3 last stitches of my 4th row, and the last one is definitely not least. Although it is smaller than other ones, don't forget to make a half double crochet into that stitch. And here's the last one. I'm making sure that I'm making a half double crochet into that stitch too, so that we'll have an even border. So from this point it is going to be quite repetitive. Just keep working your half double crochet rows and always start your row by making a chain 1 and then turn and make your half double crochet through the back loops until the center. In the center you should find 3 half double crochet that you've made in the previous row, and you're going to make into the second half double crochet your 3 half double crochets, meaning that you're making an increase into that second stitch. And then you're just going to keep working your half double crochets without any increases until the end of your row. And since this is a made to measure design, don't be hesitant to try it on yourself and see how it looks like. And in the next clip I'm going to tell you guys where I stopped. Before we talk about the number of rows that I've made, I wanted to show you guys which side I'm going to define as the right side. As you can see on this side right here, near the first row we have this 3D braid right here. But on the other side, the first row looks kind of flat, and this side is going to be the wrong side, and this one is going to be the right side. So I've stopped at 5th row, which is on the wrong side of my work, and I currently have 53 stitches in total, meaning that I have 25 on this side and 25 on this side, and I've made 3 stitches on the top. If you've made another number of rows, that's totally fine. Just make sure to stop at the point where you're on the wrong side. And now we're ready to move on to the next step, which is making the lacing part. I'm also almost out of my yarn, and I'm going to show you guys how do I join my new ball of yarn. So I'm taking the short end tail right here of the new ball and putting on my hook and making 1 chain stitch. Here's our first chain stitch, and just turn your work. Now yarn over, and we're going to make 1 half double crochet into this stitch right here. This is our chain stitch. We're not going to make any stitches into that. We're making our half double crochet into this stitch. So just as usual. And now we're going to make chain 1 and then yarn over, and here's the next stitch. We're going to skip it and make a half double crochet into the next stitch. So we're skipping 1 and making a half double crochet just like that, and then yarn over, and we're going to make 2 more half double crochets. Here's the second one, and now I'm making the third half double crochet. So we've made 1 half double crochet, chain 1, we skipped 1 and then made 3 half double crochets. And now we're going to make chain 1 and then repeat the same thing. We're going to yarn over and skip this one and make 3 half double crochets. So I'm skipping this stitch and making half double crochet into that next stitch. Here's 1, 2, and then here's 3 half double crochets. After 3 half double crochets, we're going to make chain 1 and then yarn over, and we're going to skip this stitch and make into the next stitch 1 half double crochet, and then yarn over and make 2 more. After making these 3, we're going to make chain 1 and then yarn over, skip one and make the last half double crochet. So this is what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 holes for our lacing. And after making our last half double crochet right here, we're going to chain one and then cut off your yarn. Now take out your hook like this. And this is what we should have. And now on this side where I've joined in my new yarn, I haven't secured it. So now just make a double knot. One. And then the second one. And just weave in your ends on your wrong side. And the same thing with this end tail. Now take your work and put it directly on your body if you're going to wear it as is. But if you're going to layer it on your shirt, your blouse, or maybe your dress, then I'd suggest you wear that dress and try it on and see how it looks like on your body. I've put the stitch marker right here to define my corset's back panel, and you can see that the height should be lower than this part of your shirt. Also, you can imagine this height and put your arm at this height and see if the arm mobility is fine for you. And if you've made up your mind with the height, put the stitch marker on, and I'll see you in the next clip. So here's my stitch marker, and I'm going to count on which stitch it is on. So this is the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So my stitch marker is on the 13th stitch, and it is 12.5 centimeters or 5 inches. And now let's start making our back panel by making a slip knot. And then yarn over and hold it with your finger. Now we're going to make a standing half double crochet through the back loop into this stitch right here. So insert your hook, take out your yarn, now we have 3 loops, and pull through all 3 of them. So here we made our first standing half double crochet, and this short end tail we're going to hide it while working our row. So yarn over and insert your hook into the next stitch and pull through all 3. So now you're just going to make half double crochets through the back loop as usual. So yarn over, insert your hook, and you're always going to pull through all 3. Keep working your half double crochet rows, and I'll meet you in the end of the row. Here I am near the end of my row, and I've got 2 stitches left. I'm going to make 2 half double crochets. And here's the last one. And now just chain 1 and turn your work. Then yarn over and make a half double crochet through the back loop into this stitch right here, and pull through 3. Yarn over and continue working your half double crochets through the back loop. And here I am near the other end of my row. Here's my stitch marker. I'm going to make my last half double crochet stitches on this row. And here you can see the first standing half double crochet that we've made. We're also going to make a half double crochet into that stitch. Don't forget it, because it is kind of smaller than the other ones, but it is still valid. And now in the end of the row you can recount the number of stitches, and it should be 13 stitches. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. And from now on it is going to be very easy. Just chain 1 in the end of the row and start working your length, and just make your half double crochet through the back loop. So yeah, from this point just continue working your half double crochets, and don't forget to make chain 1 in the beginning of the row and then turn your work and start making your half double crochets to this point. Also, the number of stitches in the end of each row should be exactly identical. In my case it has to be 13. So just continue working your length, and in the next clip I'll show you where I stopped. I've made in total 11 rows, and that is 16 centimeters or 6.3 inches. And now I'm not going to finish it just yet because I would want to start making my pink panel and measure it later on my body and see if it fits perfectly. So for now I'm going to just leave it like that without cutting the yarn. But currently this last row is on the line of my spine, and this lacing part is 1 centimeters or half an inch from the center of my chest for the front lacing in the future. For your pink panel, take your pink yarn, make a slip knot and start chaining 23 or the number of chains that you made here, and make 5 rows exactly like you made for this green panel. Feel free to rewatch the tutorial because these 5 rows are exactly identical. And when you finished making your 5th row, put both of your panels right side facing up, and you will see that your working yarn is on this side, which means that now we'll start making our back panel first instead of making the lacing part like we did on this green panel. And since I've put my stitch marker on the 13th stitch of my green side, I did the same thing on my pink panel and counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and I've put a stitch marker on this 13th stitch. And now we're ready to start making our half double crochets through the back loop rows with the same height as the green panel. Now I'm just going to start my row with making chain 1 and then turn, and I'll start making my half double crochets through the back loop. I'll keep working my half double crochet stitches until the stitch marker. I've made 12 half double crochet stitches, and here's my 13th that has stitch marker on. I'm going to yarn over and make my last 13th half double crochet, and then chain 1 and turn as usual. Now we're on the next row, and just continue making your half double crochets through the back loop. And now just continue working your half double crochet rows exactly like you've made on this green panel. I've already made 11 rows for both of my panels, and that is 16 centimeters or 6.3 inches. And now when you finished making 11 rows or whatever number of rows that you've made, just make chain 1, take out your hook and cut off your yarn. But on the pink side, leave your working yarn. We're going to use it to join these two pieces together. Now take your both panels and put right side facing each other. As you can see, here's my right side of the green panel and here's the right side of my pink panel. I'm putting them just like that. And now we're ready to join these two pieces together. I've already put my hook into this stitch. When you're holding like this, you can see that we have 13 stitches on both of the panels. And we're going to use our hook and join the bottom side of the pink V with the top side of the green V. So let's start inserting our hook into the bottom part of the pink V, like here. And then we can find this first V right here. We're going to insert into the top half of that stitch. And we're just going to pull through all of them. Now let's join the next pair of the stitches. Here they are. We're going to insert our hook into the bottom half of the V and then the top one. And pull through all 3. Now here's the next pair, finding the bottom part of the V and then the top part of the green V and pulling through all of them. And this stitch is called a slip stitch. I really like this joining method because it is very fast and convenient and you don't have to use your darning needle. So basically, don't forget to find the bottom half of the pink V and join it with the top half of the green V. And that's how the joining will look like on the wrong side. And here's how it looks like on the right side. As you can see, it is a very seamless method. And here I am near the end of the row and I've got 2 stitches left. Here's one and the second one. And the same here, 1 and 2. So let's join them together. And here's the last one. the smallest one, but still important, just like that. And now make chain 1 and cut off your yarn. And here's what we have. And now we're going to make a lacing part for the pink panel. Since it took me 15 stitches to make this lacing part on the green panel, I'm going to count 15 stitches and mark it with my stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I'm going to start making my half double crochets through the back loop into this very stitch. Just make your slip knot and then yarn over and hold it with your finger. Take your pink panel and we're going to make a half double crochet through the back panel into this stitch. Pull through, and we've got 3 loops on our hook, and pull through all 3 of them. And here we have our first half double crochet. Now let's make chain 1 and then yarn over. We're going to skip 1 and make into the next stitch 3 half double crochets. Here's the first one, the second one, and the third half double crochet into the back loop. Just like that. And just repeat the pattern. I'm making chain 1, yarn over, skipping this next stitch and making into this 3 half double crochets. Now keep working your pattern and I'll see you in the end of the row. So here I am near the end of my row. I've made 3 half double crochets and now I've made chain 1, and I'm going to make 1 half double crochet into the last stitch, just like that. And now chain 1 and cut off your yarn. And we've got the lacing part that is exactly symmetrical to this green one. Now let's make the straps for our corset top. Here you can find the 3 half double crochets that we've made during an increase. Here's the first one, second, and the third one. I'm going to insert my hook into the first half double crochet stitch and then take my slip knot that I've already prepared and put it on my hook. Now take your working yarn and make chain 1. Now we're going to insert our hook into the same stitch. Take out your yarn. Now you have 2 loops on your hook and pull through 2. And that is our first single crochet stitch. Now let's make the second single crochet. Insert your hook into the next stitch. You have this V. Take out your yarn and then pull through both. Now let's make the third one. Insert your hook, take out your yarn, and then pull through 2. So basically we've made 3 single crochets into the 3 half double crochets that we've made during an increase. And now let's chain 1 and turn your work. Now we're going to make 3 single crochets. Just like that. You're going to find these 3 stitches and pull through 2. And here's the last stitch right here. Take it out and then pull through 2. And in the end of the row, always chain 1 and then turn your work, and you're going to find the first single crochet stitch right here. So every row is just 3 single crochets, and in the end of the row we're always making chain 1 and then turning our work and start making your single crochets. And as you can see, we're not working through the back loop anymore, so we're always having this V stitch on our hook and then pulling through both. So the stitch is called a single crochet stitch. And that is how the pattern for these straps should look like. The length of the strap starting from this point to here is 42 centimeters or 16.5 inches. I've already tried it on my body and decided that this is the center of the place that I'm going to join. So I think I'm going to join it like this. The center of the strap is aligned with the stitch marker, and that is 8 centimeters away from the center. Now to start joining, we need to put the right side facing each other. So here's my right side of this panel, and the right side of my back strap is this one. So I'm putting it just like that, and we're going to start joining right here. So now insert your hook into this stitch that is next to the stitch marker and pull through both. And now let's join the next stitch. Here's the next second stitch, and then insert your hook into this stitch that is with the stitch marker on, and just pull through all of them. And here's the third stitch right here, and insert into the next stitch that comes after the stitch marker, and then pull through all of them and make chain 1 and cut off your yarn. And we've joined our strap. And now for the straps on the pink side, it is exactly symmetrical to this green one. Just find the 3 half double crochets that we've made and insert your hook into the first half double crochet and make your chain 1, and then into that same stitch make a single crochet, and then make another one and another one. So you've got 3 single crochets, and then chain 1, turn your work and make 3 single crochets every row. If you're confused at any point, feel free to rewatch the video where we've made the strap on this side. Now let's just go ahead and hide all of our end tails using our darning needle. I'm going to hide these end tails on the wrong side, in between the stitches, just like this. And then cut off the yarn. And now we're going to make the lacing. Take 1 strand of each color, in my case it's green and pink, and we're going to make a slip knot. And now we're just going to make chains. So pull through just like that, and that's how we're making a chain of 2 colors. Here's how it looks like. When you've made enough number of chains, cut off your yarn, and then you can cut off these end tails. And now let's start lacing up. I'm going to take my both ends and insert them into these first 2 holes, and by that I've divided my cord into 2. Then I'm taking my right one and inserting to my left, and then I'm making a crisscross just like that. And now repeat. And voila, we've got ourselves a crocheted corset top. If you've made it to this point of the video, hey! You get an extra high for supporting my work. And speaking of supporting, you can support me directly through YouTube by just clicking super thanks button that is under this video. It would help me a lot. I really want to buy a microphone to improve the sound quality of my future videos. Also, if you'd want to make a matching bag with this corset, click here for a super easy hand crochet tutorial for this cutie patootie. Did I use that word correctly?